And next we have Alfie Padilla. Alfie is the volunteer coordinator with Canvas for a Cause.
Solidarity! That's what we're here today. Solidarity. That's why we're here today. My name's Alfie. I do indeed work for Canvas for a Cause, and one of the main reasons we're here in Hillcrest, and one of the main reasons Canvas for a Cause is here, and one of the main reasons we have all of these lovely rainbows is a reminder that Bradley Manning is indeed a queer hero.
Yeah!
Despite what the mainstream media wants us to think, despite what the mainstream gay representatives that work for these media corporations think, Bradley Manning is not a traitor. Bradley Manning is a hero, and he's absolutely an LGBT hero. The main reason I'm up here speaking today is because I identify as a trans woman. And I can tell you that there are many struggles that happen to a trans person. For people who aren't necessarily familiar with that, a trans person is someone who does not identify with the sex that we were assigned at birth. Now, this might not be a fact that many of you know, but according to many of the chat logs, from Bradley Manning's own words, he identifies as, they identify as a trans woman.
Yeah.
All right.
One of the most emotional times I've had doing research on Bradley Manning is when I read a quote that said, I wouldn't mind being executed and I wouldn't mind being incarcerated for the rest of my life if it wasn't for the fact that they were going to plaster my picture of a boy everywhere. And I know for many people who do identify with the sex that they're assigned at birth, it's really hard to really take in the gravity of that, but I can tell you that it is absolutely surreal to be in a situation with so many people calling you outside of your gender. And even though Bradley Manning has become a symbol and is everywhere, it's still in a way that was their worst nightmare before it happened. I want to bring the gravity of this situation to you to remind you that this is intentional. This is an intentional attack on queer people, on genderqueer people, and on trans-identified people by the state to not only hold down a whistleblower, someone who keeps the truth, someone who spreads the truth to the world so that we can have justice, so that we can start these revolutions. The state wants to make it seem like just some random person decided one day to do this. But Bradley Manning is one in a long, long history, or queer story I should say, of people fighting back, of people spreading the truth. And for all of the queer people here, I want to say that this is who we are in solidarity with. These are the kind of people that the queer community represents. It's not just political figures, it's not just corporate media, it's not just celebrities. We are the people who fight back, and we are the people who change the world. And for everybody that's here, this is making a difference. Gathering for a cause, raising your voice. This is what we need to do to win this struggle. This is what's going to get Bradley Manning out. Get Bradley Manning freedom. And lastly, I just want to say on intersectionality, this is an intersection of a few oppressions. Trans women of color, especially, are literally statistically a group that is the most at risk for murder. Not only murder, but for violent mutilation before that murder. This is an intentional act, and it's not going to be just the queer community that helps stop this persecution of our community. It's going to be the people also fighting to stop racism, also fighting to end this war, also fighting to free whistleblowers. It's time we all come together. Solidarity.
Oh, yeah.